Working out somebody's age from their date of birth, or working out an employee's full years of service based on their start date, or working out how long you've had a computer or a car based on the purchase date. These are all common calculations that people need to do, and using Power Query in Excel, they can all be done relatively easily. No formulas, no complicated M code. And in this video, I'll show you how to do it. If you want to follow along, please feel free to download a copy of the practice file from the link in the description below.
First of all, why use Power Query? Because whilst you can calculate age using formulas, using Power Query, which is part of Excel, it's not something extra that you have to pay for, but using Power Query, you can do it with a handful of clicks and no formulas. So here's my data. Step 1 is to convert it to a table, because Power Query loves tables. So if I click on Insert and Table, or I could have clicked Ctrl-T and click OK, I have a table. I'm not going to worry about the formatting or the filter buttons on the header row, but I will rename the table because that's good practice. So I'll go up to the Table Design tab, which I'm on, and change the table name to Employees. Then I need to get into the Power Query editor. So I'll click on Data, and because my data is coming from a table within this file, I'll click on From Table or Range. I'm now in the Power Query editor, and this is where the magic happens. So I'll start by clicking on the heading Date of Birth, and then click Add Column because I want to add a column, select Date, and from this list of options, click on Age at the top. Power Query creates a new column, which it calls Age, although you can rename that by double-clicking on the column heading and typing in a new name, but I'll just press Escape to keep the name that it gave it. The values in the Age column don't look like ages. In Power Query, each column has a data type, which tells Power Query what kind of information it's working with: dates, text, numbers, and so on. When you use the age command, as I did, Excel assigns the new column a data type of duration, and that's what that little stopwatch is showing us, just to the left of the word age. What it's showing is the person's age in terms of days, hours, minutes, and seconds. So I need to convert that into full years. One way to do that is like this. Select the age column, which I've already done. Click Transform on the Power Query ribbon. Transform lets me make changes to the selected column, whereas Add Column creates a new column. Then click Duration and select Total Years. To display how old each person is with just the year, rather than the decimals as well, we can round the number in the age column down. So 52.25 becomes 52, 44.29 becomes 44, and so on. So with the age column selected, click Transform, Rounding, Round Down. If you're new to Power Query, every time you do something by using the buttons on the ribbon, the query editor essentially records your action and turns it into a step. Each step is listed in the Applied Steps panel on the right, so you have an audit trail of the actions that are being performed on your data. The problem with the solution that I've just shown you is that it doesn't take into account leap years. So what I'm going to do is remove the calculated total years and the rounded down steps from the Applied Steps panel. And I do this by hovering over each of those steps and clicking on the little cross to the left of each item. This gets me back to the point where I had created the age column. Now I know I said no formulas, but I do need to create one very simple one. I need to divide the age by 365.25. That's the number of days in a year. The 0.25 is how we account for leap years, a quarter of a year. So first I need to convert the column from duration data type to whole number. And I do that by clicking the little stopwatch icon and selecting whole number. Then, with the age column selected, I'll click Transform, Standard, Divide. I want to divide by 365.25, so I type that into the value box and click OK. And then, as I did before, on the Transform tab, I'll click Rounding, Round Down. For most of those employees, the age will be the same value whichever way round I do it, but there will be slight differences, particularly if you're coming up to somebody's birthday or they've just had their birthday. Finally, I need to load the amended data back into the spreadsheet by clicking on File and then Close and Load. Power Query doesn't overwrite the original data, it creates a new sheet containing the amended data set. If this was a one-off, you can delete the original data from the Employees List sheet. However, if the original data is going to get updated, say, every week or every month, new employees added to the list, leavers removed from the list, then you should leave this original data there, and after you've updated it, go back to the Employees sheet, right-click on a cell, any cell, and then click Refresh. And what that actually does is it performs the actions defined by the steps in the Apply Steps panel in the query editor. So in other words, clicking Refresh not only updates the data in the Employees sheet, it also generates the ages for the new employees, and if any existing employee has had a birthday since the last refresh, it updates their age too.
I hope the video helped you out, and if it did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like more Excel tips and tricks, check out my website at theexceltrainer.co.uk. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. But until then, have an excellent day.